making a difference in the world? How are you making a positive difference in your environment? Fellow Toastmasters and most welcome guests. Today, the topic of my speech is stolen from the meeting term, making a difference. I believe each and every of you have made a meaningful change in others' people's lives. A life that you affected, a change that you created, a movement that you were part of. Today, I would like to tell a moral story about making a difference. It was the very first day of school, exactly like today. Mrs. Thompson, the teacher of grade 5, had stood in front of her grade 5 class. She looked at all the students. She told an untruth, like many teachers. She told that she loved them all the same. However, it was impossible. Because there, in front row, there was a little boy slumped in his seat called Teddy Morgan. Mrs. Thompson watched Teddy the year before and noticed that he didn't play well with the children, that he was messy, that he constantly needed a bath. In addition, he could be unpleasant. Teddy always got a big X and an F, a bold F, at top of his papers. At the school where Mrs. Thompson taught, he was required to review each child's pass record. He put Teddy's at last off, but when she reviewed his file, she wasn't surprised. Teddy's first grade teacher had written, Teddy is a bright child with a ready laugh. He has good manners and he does his task neatly. Teddy's second grade teacher wrote, Teddy is an excellent student, well liked by his classmates, but he is troubled because his mom has terminal illness, and the life at home will be a struggle. Teddy's third grade teacher wrote, his mom's death has been hard on him. He tries his best, but his dad doesn't pay attention, doesn't show that much interest. The home life will affect soon on his life if some steps are not taken. Teddy's fourth grade teacher wrote, Teddy is already withdrawn. He doesn't show interest. He sleeps in class. By now, Mrs. Thompson realized the problem. She was ashamed of herself. She felt worse when for Christmas time, all the students brought presents wrapped in beautiful paper and bright ribbons except for Teddy's. Teddy's was wrapped clumsily in a brown and heavy paper that he got it from a grocery bag. Mrs. Thompson took a pain to open it. When she found And some of the students started to laugh when she found a rhinestone bracelet with some stones missing and a bottle that was 1/4 full of perfume. Mrs. Thompson stifled the children's laughter when she exclaimed how pretty the bracelet was while she was wearing it on her hand and dabbing some perfume on herself. That day, Teddy stayed long enough just to say to Mrs. Thompson that today you smelled like my mom used to. Mrs. Thompson cried for at least 1 hour after all the students had gone home. On that very day, she decided to quit writing, reading, and arithmetic, and instead she began to teach to the children. She paid particular attention to Teddy. The more she encouraged him, the faster he responded. By the end of the year, he was one of the smartest students in the class. A year later, she got a note under her door from Teddy saying that she was the best and favorite teacher he ever had. 6 years later, she got another letter from Teddy telling that he graduated from high school, 3rd in class, and again mentioned that she was the best teacher he had ever had in his whole life. 4 years later, she got another letter from Teddy saying that times had been tough, but he stuck and he stayed in school and would be graduated soon in bachelor's degree. Four years later, she got another letter from Teddy. He explained that he decided to go further, and again he assured that Mrs. Thompson was the best and favorite teacher he had ever had. By now, his name was a little bit longer. The letter was signed Theodore F. Morgan, MD. The story doesn't end here. That spring, she got another letter that Dr. Morgan explained that he met a girl and he was going to be married. He explained that his dad had died a couple of years ago and he was wondering if Mrs. Thompson has joined for wedding and seat in the place that was reserved usually for the mother of the groom. Of course, Mrs. Thompson accepted, and guess what? She wore the rhinestone bracelet with several stones missing and made sure that she was wearing perfume to remember Teddy, his mom. They hugged each other. Mrs. Thompson cried, and Dr. Morgan whispered in her ear, "Thank you so much for believing in me. Thank you so much for making me feel important. Thank you so much for feeling me that I could make difference." Mrs. Thompson whispered back, that you have it all wrong. You were the one who taught me how to make difference. To wrap up my speech, I would like to add that believe in angels and then return the favor by being someone's angel.